University of South Africa Chancellor, former President Thabo Mbeki, is set to honour 9 outstanding South Africans and Unisa alumni at the Chancellor's Calabash Awards. The Chancellor's Calabash Awards recognises excellence and exemplary achievements of Unisa alumni, as well as other South Africans who contributed significantly to shaping futures in the service of humanity. Now, SABC News reporter Khayelihle Khumalo is in Sandton for us this evening, and that's where the awards are being held. Kylie, thank you so much for your time. It's over to you this evening.
Well, certainly, Mbali, this is a very joyous celebration here in Sandton. It's all about really celebrating these individuals for such a very remarkable contribution that they've made in their respective areas, whether you talk about arts, but also contributing to South Africa's democracy. And this is the 18th installment of these very prestigious awards. But joining us now is Vice Chancellor of Unisa, really with us here, Professor Lenkabula. Once again, a very incredibly beautiful evening. Once again, Prof, let's look at the significance of these awards. I mean, I'm looking at some of these luminaries, the likes of former Namibian President Sam Nujoma, but also our very own Yvonne Chaka Chaka, a famous artist, but also an activist. So the list is quite a very, very illustrious careers that they've led in their respective areas.
Thank you very much. The Unisa Chancellor's Calabash Awards are quite an interesting and it's a recognition of the best participants in societal transformation. And we are quite appreciative that in this event, our Chancellor, His Excellency President Mbeki, will be acknowledging those individuals that graduated from Unisa or in the world have played a pivotal role in changing society. So if you think about it and think about the liberation history of the continent, we always recognize revolutionaries that spend time at Robben Island. In this instance, we're quite appreciative that His Excellency, former President of Namibia, President Sam Nujoma, will be one of those that will be celebrated. But it's also through art that change and democracy is strengthened, that we are able to ensure that society recognizes the changes it has to claim for the future. And please, as you hear, they are celebrating behind us, and therefore we hope that you at home will enjoy the opportunity to celebrate with each other as we acknowledge these luminaries.
So once again, Prof, I mean, it comes where we're just on the verge of a watershed moment for South Africa, the G20 summit, massive expectations across the globe. I mean, I would imagine that this is one of the ways of really showcasing the beauty of South Africa, but also making sure that those who have made immense contribution are not forgotten as well.
Yes, definitely. I think it's because it's the first time that an African country has hosted the G20. It's something for the continent to celebrate. It is also important to know that in 1999, when the G20 started, South Africa was invited to join in 2000, and a confirmation had been done. So this is a journey that South Africa has had for a long time. And what I find quite promising in this period is that South Africa has invited many members of the African Union to participate to ensure that the voices of South Africa on calling for solidarity, equality, sustainability becomes very important. And I'm very appreciative because as the University of South Africa, we have hosted at least 5 of the Sherpa events, whether it's the think tank, whether it's the engagement with society, or whether it's about supporting the women and investments. And I think this has demonstrated this idea of science diplomacy as an important terrain and as an important contribution of Unisa.
Okay. Before we let you go, Prof, who dressed you up tonight? You dressed up to the nines?
Yes, I'm dressed by a young designer, yes. Sandile Khaba, yes. And I'm very appreciative. He's a young designer graduated from Tshwane University of Technology, and I appreciate his design.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Prof. Lenkabula. It's a very spectacular night here in Sandton, Bali. As you can really see the atmosphere now, the attendees really are arriving. And during the course of the night, we're going to hear from the Chancellor of Unisa and former President Thabo Mbeki.